Hello and welcome to another video from Cbits Tech. So I ordered this off eBay, believe it or not, another eBay purchase. I had my eye on getting one of these. They do make newer ones, newer splicing kits, but honestly I'm getting a bit disheartened with ordering stuff which is made in Japan recently. Half the time things don't turn up as they should have turned up. Like they sent this newly manufactured cassette. It's not a TIAC one, it's just like a fake one, but it wasn't the one I ordered, and I'm getting sort of a bit cheesed off with ordering stuff and it comes through and it's not actually the thing I've ordered, it's just some other thing they've sent. And then they say, oh yeah, well we're out of stock, so I sent you this one, we'll give you a refund. Or partial refund. It's more hassle than it's worth. So I'd much rather buy new old stock stuff. I don't know whether this has been used, but look at that. Love the gold there. It looks pretty good. And what it is, I've got a couple of cassettes I've bought recently, like this one, which has cassette tape in it, but it doesn't look, I'm sure it's not going to be very good tape because it's newly manufactured and they don't make decent quality tape anymore. And also, let's have a quick look at that. I mean, it looks alright, it's not very shiny, but maybe it'll be alright, but it'll probably be rubbish. And also this limited edition one from TDK, the tape in this has had it. I'm going to pick this up for 50p, and it's a beautiful, it's a nice cassette, nice enough cassette, but the tape in it, I don't know whether you can see, it's like got lines all over it, and it's just not going to record very well. But it's much worse at the beginning of the side than it is throughout the tape. So what I've been thinking of doing is just splicing out the bad bit of tape, and then I can use the cassette again. So let's have a look at the box first. I wonder if there's a date on it. Well, it's made in England, so it must be quite old. German as well, so I think BNIB or BIB is a German brand. Not entirely sure. So let's have a look. I mean, it looks new, but it's so old that half the stuff isn't going to be isn't going to work. Like the adhesive probably won't work. Not entirely sure what this is for. It's maybe to get the cassettes out. Don't know what this is for. Hopefully there'll be some instructions. Oh, there's some instructions. I'm actually quite sad. I do quite often read instructions. So there's loads of information there in English and German by the looks of it. It smells weird. It smells old but not musty, so it doesn't smell like it's been kept in a loft, but it does smell old. It smells like if you go into like a stately home or an old room, it smells like that. So it smells as if it's sort of old but not dirty, if you see what I mean. So here's a little way to keep. Oh, if you can hear that ice cream van, it's driving me completely mad. But there's nothing I can do about it, so hopefully it won't pick up very well on the cassette, on the recording. So we've got another one of these sort of. I had one of these, and it's a bit off centre, but it's like a braided cloth for cleaning your heads. And I think BIB was quite a you know, respected brand at the time. It wasn't top of the range, but it was okay. So what are these little bits here? Oh, I know what these are, and it would be nice if I can get them out. Maybe that's what this tool's for. Don't know what that's for though. Oh, there's some sort of hex thing there. Is that broken off? No, it's a hex. Okay, screwdriver. These are, I think, the little bits that go in the top of the cassette. When you break out the top of the cassette, I think they're replacements to pop back in again. That'd be quite handy. Yeah, I don't think this has been used. I mean, look at that. I see this type of tool in some of the older ones. I don't know exactly what it's for. I'm going to have to read the instructions. So here's the tape. Yeah, that's quite wide tape, isn't it? That's too wide for a cassette. Hopefully this is, yeah, this is definitely a cassette one. have these out if I can get them out. So we've got some replacement labels for your cassettes. I think they go on the back of, yeah, look, this has not been opened. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, so they're the ones that go on the inside of the cassette, on the face of the cassette there. And these are the ones that can go on the back of on the spine of the cassette box, which is quite cool. This is the actual splicing kit. Oh, there's the original blade. God, that feels great. It does. A lot of these look really old, and I think what you do, see these bits here. So I think you either use this tool, back in a bit. Oh, I don't know whether you can hear that ice cream van. It drives me absolutely mental. He plays his tune more than he doesn't play his tune. Drives around the estate with his tune going. It's driving me insane. Anyway, you pull out the tape. Let's have a look at this one. Maybe with this tool. I wouldn't have thought so though. It's metal. Maybe with this tool. And then you pull out enough of the tape, the two ends that are broken maybe, or the bit you want to splice out, and you lay it on this track here, and then you clamp it down with these, and then you overlap the ends and you cut it. I'm not going to take this off at the moment, but this is like a razor blade, like a guillotine type of blade. And back in the day, I remember seeing it written in magazines and what have you, you're supposed to do it diagonally, so when the spliced part goes across your heads, it's less likely to get caught because it's a diagonal splice. So you overlap the two ends, and then you splice it at an angle, and then you apply the tape. And that's how splicing a tape goes. So I will probably do a demo of that when I find a tape that I want to splice. Maybe this one. If this tape is crap, I'll replace it. Maybe I'll splice out the bad part of this one, but I'm going to read the instructions, and when I've figured out how to use it, if I want to do some tape splicing, then I'll probably shoot a video, but there'll be a lot of profanity because it's not something I've done for a very long time. They do make these now, and they used to make these as aluminium blocks, which I would prefer. This is a plastic one. I would prefer an aluminium block, and that width there, I don't know whether we can see it, is cut out. There you go, it's cut out there, and that is designed for a tape, your cassette tape, to sit in there and be held in. It should be exactly the right width to hold a piece of your cassette tape in, so essentially it can sit there without falling out. But you do have these clamps on it as well, and these clamps I think are cork. Yeah, they're cork. So if next time I do some tape splicing, I will let you know. But as far as I can see, this is one of the successful things I bought from eBay. It does look like it hasn't been used. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.